I'm Simi Thomas. I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I did my GNM in 2009. Then I came to Canada in 2012 in student visa. I came to study PSW, personal support worker. I'm from Kerala.
Sherry.
My
Okay.
sister lives in Ireland, so I want to go to Ireland. I wasted in like studying IELTS 2 years. Then I was like, oh my god, no. Then one of my friends said, okay, why don't we try for Canada? So yeah, I worked in Delhi. It was so hard. Even like you work like 7 days, 8 days, and you get one off. Here, like the quality of life is my friends all passed LPN or RN. I was the exception. So I was like eventually I was feeling myself kind of shame why I'm not doing it. So when I prepared for my LPN, I said I wasn't even married and I still didn't pass. And my friends who all passed, I don't think they didn't have like my situation with 2 kids. And most of my friends, they had their parents here. I didn't have my parents even for my delivery. 2 delivery we were by ourselves. I did LPN 3 times. I didn't pass for 3 attempts.
Wow.
Then actually I stopped like thinking about nursing.
It's very easy to give up. You know, like for example, you wrote the exam 3 times, you didn't get it, and then you would have been probably said, okay, I'm done, right? I'm not giving it. So this is the message which we want to give to our audience. Never give up in your life. Simi is an example of it. That's why she's coming here.
So with studies, actually, it was so hard, I would say, at home. Like, you know, the toddlers, my older one is 4-year-old and the little guy is now 2-year-old. So they always, whenever I take my phone or book, they always come and make noise. You know, they need the attention, like when we do something. So it was so hard, but I didn't give up. I was so stressed out like last few months because I couldn't study. And last 5 days before my exam, I got off and I told my husband to not to take any shift, and I was away from home. I went to my friend's apartment and I stayed there like 5 days. But even if you have kids, that's okay. Just don't give up. Like tell your husband to look after them at least 1 week. If you're doing, give your best for that 1 week. And if you actually, my husband, he loves cooking. My husband, oh my god, I should thank him. This is my second attempt. I wrote exam once last year, and I was just that was kind of trial I gave. I think I shouldn't have done that. It just God helped me plus your guidance. I know I didn't even tell my parents I'm going to write the exam, but once I got the result, my mom was so happy because they knew that I was waiting for this long time. My whole family is happy about it.
Your colleagues are going to be shocked when you're reaching that same unit where you worked as a CCA, and now you have that, registered nurse tag. Canada need nurses, and of course Halifax, Nova Scotia, they are like always very short of nurses down there too, right?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is Taran. I'm the Managing Director for Future Building Nursing Prep Center. And today I am here doing a very special podcast with a very special student. Her name is Simi Thomas. And Simi has proven that after doing hard work, doesn't matter if you have kids. She has 2 small kids. And she did her GNM, I think, in 2009, if I'm not wrong. And she was able to pass her exam in the first attempt. So I wouldn't talk much. I would give Simi an opportunity to introduce herself. So Simi, welcome. Thank you for your time. And tell us something about yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I'm Simi Thomas. I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I did my GNM in 2009. Then I came to Canada in 2012 in student visa. I came to study PSW, personal support worker. Then actually from that time, my goal was to get RN or LPN. Tell you frankly, I did LPN 3 times. I didn't pass for 3 attempts.
Wow.
Then actually I stopped thinking about nursing. Then when the US process was started, like you didn't have to do the course, then I applied for that. Then luckily I got my eligibility last year. Then actually I wrote, I think you made a mistake. This is my second attempt. I wrote exam once last year, and I was just, that was kind of trial I gave. I think I shouldn't have done that. I should have taken your course that time itself. But I just did U World and I went for the exam. I wasn't prepared at all. But then that time I was on maternity leave. So I was back home. Then when I came back, I thought, no, I need somebody's guidance. I couldn't do it by myself. So I followed your page on Facebook, and I see every day you post like people passing. Like I thought, okay, she has a like good passing rate. Then one of my friends, she did LPN with you, so I just asked her.
Okay,
She LPN course was good. So then I didn't think anything. I just joined. I needed somebody to guide me, so I just started that course, and it was the best, I would say. And yeah, I passed the exam. I still can't
that's
believe it.
amazing. So let's just kind of rewind your story a little bit and tell me actually where are you originally from India?
I'm from Kerala.
Sherry. Okay. Hey, I hope I said that right. Well, that's
Yeah,
amazing. And then how long you worked as a nurse in Kerala before you moved to Canada?
just 1 year. It was in Delhi. I worked after my course
Okay.
study. I went to Delhi for 1 year in 2010. Then I came back. That time there was no OET. It was just IELTS. So I wanted to pass the IELTS. And my sister lives in Ireland, so I want to go to Ireland. So for
Okay.
Ireland, we needed like 7 for writing and speaking. And I never get 7 for writing. I always speaking was good, but writing was not good. Then 2 years I wasted in like studying IELTS 2 years. Then I was like, oh my God, no. Then one of my friends said, okay, why don't we try for Canada student visa? That time it was like coming up like students were going. Then we went to an agency. They said, yeah, we can do it. And yeah, that's how we came in student
And that's
visa.
how you came. You said you came in 2012.
Yes,
Okay, awesome. And then how many times you said like you all like because that time I think probably you applied directly to CNO, right, for the eligibility
CNO. Yes,
for
yes.
RN and RPN, right? And
I
then
didn't
you try.
apply for RN, ma'am. I
Okay,
applied
you
for
didn't apply
RPN
for
only.
an RPN only. And then you gave 3 shots back to back with
Yeah,
CPNRE, right?
yeah.
And then like did you prepare anywhere at that time? I'm just curious to know, like
I think I prepared, but I don't know why I didn't pass. My friends all passed 3 attempts. I failed. I was like
that
kind
must
of
be
lost
disappointing.
after that.
That
Yeah,
must be
I
disappointing,
was.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, then I started with NNAS later. Then I had a thinking of
Okay.
applying for RN because my friends all passed LPN or RN. I was the except. So I was like eventually I was feeling myself kind of shame why I'm not doing it. Then I applied on NNAS. Then they asked me to do the course with CNO. Then I heard about this US. I applied on Illinois Board of Nursing through an agent. I didn't know about you that time. But last year I got my eligibility like within 3 months. Then actually I was seriously started thinking about the exam and yeah,
See,
started to
you had that
prepare.
ambition, right? Because of course you were seeing your friends doing and passing this exam, and of course, it's not like we are jealous of our friends, but sometimes it's a motivation that if they can do
Yes,
it,
yes.
why can't I do it? Like
I
we
can.
have
That's
studied in
what
the
the
same
same question
program,
I
right?
had. Yes.
That's and thanks for sharing your story, Simi, because there are lots of people who would be listening to you. And then, sometimes what happens is I always tell the students or people who I meet, it's very easy to give up. Like for example, you wrote the exam 3 times, you didn't get it, and then you would have been probably said, okay, I'm done, right? I'm not giving it. So this is the message which we want to give to our audience. Never give up in your life. Simi is an example of it. That's why she's coming here. And we are really appreciate our students, those who come and give their valuable time so that they can inspire you guys who is, sitting behind that screen and watching this video. So Simi, what did you do? How did you do your first attempt preparation with NCLEX and which you unfortunately failed? So what was that attempt?
Okay, I asked with my friends who were passed. So nobody took course that my friends. They all just did UWorld and passed. So I thought, okay, I'll do that. So I did UWorld and I didn't look for any theory. I was just doing, I think I completed all 1,000, I don't know, 1,500 or something questions. I completed everything before my exam. But yeah, even Archer, I think I did some questions, but I don't know for 75 questions. I was in like I did questions, but I didn't have the theory or I didn't have the content. I didn't know the content. That's then yeah, then I figured no, I need to learn the theory before I attempt to make the questions. Like
Yes. And
yeah.
again, I would say thank you for sharing that because that's a story of many of our students. By the time the students they join us, most of the time, it's their kind of their second attempt, third attempt. One time, I even had a student who attempted 7 times and couldn't get it right. So that's the time when people realize that just by doing, and those are like good softwares. I'm like nothing against anything. They're beautiful softwares, but the only problem is until your concepts are not clear.
Yes.
doesn't matter whichever software you guys are doing, but your conceptual understanding has to be like literally clear, transparent, so that you can do any type of question. Okay, perfect. And then what made you choose FBNPC? Like, so, okay, so you kind of, failed the first attempt, and then what came to
Yeah.
your mind?
So I had a feeling that I need to take a course, and there is a lot of nursing preparation course. I wasn't sure which one to choose. Then I followed you on Facebook. Then I see always you post the picture of people passing, and I have seen some of your videos on YouTube. So I didn't have much like knowledge about you. Like just my friend, she said LPN was good, and I just okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna take it anyway. And it was the right time, like because I came back from India and I was back to my work full time, and even the timing was perfect because when you start there at 4 or 4:30, here it was 7:30. So even when I work, like I work 7 to 7. So from work I finish at 7 and I come home. I work like nearby, so I come home by 7:30. I was like get shower and I was in front of my phone. Like the timing was perfect.
The
So
timing worked for
yeah,
you.
yeah, and
And probably you had that gut feeling.
yeah.
Right?
So
So, Simi, why we chose you for our podcast is because you have something special in your life, which are your two little kiddos.
yeah,
So
yes,
how old are your kids? Because I'm pretty sure lots of mothers are listening to you, because sometimes when I interview other students, those who are students or those who are single and they are like bachelors, they have only, work and preparation for NCLEX. So you tell me your journey as a mother. How was
yes.
it?
So when I prepared for my LP and I said I wasn't even married and I still didn't pass. And my friends who all passed, I don't think they didn't have like my situation with two kids. And most of my friends they had their parents here. I didn't have my parents even for my two delivery we were by ourselves. So with studies actually it was so hard, I would say, at home. Like the toddlers, my older one is 4-year-old and the little guy is now 2-year-old. So they always, whenever I take my phone or book, they always come and make noise. They need the attention, like when we do something. So it was so hard, but I didn't give up. I was so stressed out like last few months because I couldn't study. I really wanted, I have a great desire to study, but my situation was not favor. But I don't know. It just God helped me plus your guidance. I knew what to study. I have all my notes, all materials. So when I go to work, even I do like 5 questions at work, I that goes into my mind. But at home, if I do 50 questions, nothing. It was just kind of waste. And last 5 days before my exam, I got off and I told my husband to not to take any shift. And I was away from home. I went to my friend's apartment and I stayed there like 5 days. And I just 5 days. That's all I did. I would say like my 100% from morning till night. I was doing all the modules and I do like first 3 days I did like the one module, then I do like at least 50-60 questions. Then I was just going through. I wasn't taking long time because I knew I had just 5 days. So that, yeah, but if even if you have kids, that's okay. Just don't give up. Like tell your husband to look after them at least one
Yes.
week if you're doing give your best for that one week. And if you have all the modules or if you're doing with the course with FBNPC, you have everything with you. You just give your time for one week. Like you don't have to give up your job or anything, but just do whatever time you're studying. Just do, yeah, your best that
So
time.
you're
Yeah.
trying to say to them is like give your quality, right, time. So
Yes,
you
yes,
shouldn't be distracted. Don't, go by that, and then give the quality study time, right? And then of course,
yes, ma'am.
Simi is absolutely right. If you have kids, if you are struggling, always have an open conversation and communication with your family, right? Because this exam is not possible without, because of course you have kids, you have somebody else to look after too. You have to feed your kids, you have to bathe your kids, you have to put them, do the night routine with the kids. So I would just say have a conversation and, just go from there,
Yeah,
right? So Simi, any other tips you want to give to the
yeah.
mothers who are listening to you? Did you do any meal preps and the cookings and all that stuff and, all that?
Actually, my husband, He loves cooking. Oh my God, I should thank him because he did everything. He helped me. Now he feel like, okay, I did that was, I mean, I was feeling, oh my God, if in case I fail, like I told him not to pick any shift for 5 days and I will, like, he will say, you told me and you just, so, but anyway, thank God, everything worked. So just don't give up. Even with the kids, you can do it. If I could do it, anybody can do it. But I would say just go with FBNPC, then you know what to study.
Okay. So your husband is the one who cooked.
Yes, he cooked all the meals for 5 days, I would say, and he loves cooking, so it was good. And he looked after the kids, everything. And yeah, so 5 days I did all the modules. I went through the modules, like I do one module and I do the questions, then the next module. So in five, and I kept pharmacology and whatever I was finding hard for the last day. I studied till Friday night, 10 o'clock I studied. I know you said the previous day take break, but I didn't have a choice because I
You
just
didn't have
enjoyed
choice,
the
right?
work.
But
Yeah,
I think, Simi, these 5 days they worked. Probably you were attending the classes very
of
carefully,
course, of course, I
right?
would say.
So because then actually that's 3 months plus 5 days,
Plus
right?
five
Because
days. Yeah,
if
I
you
should
were,
say
because
that.
it's very, very important to be attentive in the class and understand your concepts. And then you're right, like depending upon whatever quality time you have, you can, just kind of brush up your concepts. Well, I think you should buy a nice present for your husband.
Yes, I will.
Yes, because
Yeah,
he has helped you a lot. So that's yes,
yeah,
these are all. I tell the students that this exam is not just an exam, but this is a life-changing exam, right? This changes
yeah.
the life of the whole family. So it's
Yes,
it's an accomplishment which you guys celebrate together as a couple or as a family, right?
yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
how was the reaction of the people back home, when you
Oh my
told
God,
that
I didn't even tell my
Timmy
parents.
became registered nurse after 14 years?
I know I didn't even might tell my parents I'm going to write the exam, but once I got the result, my mom was so happy because they knew that I was waiting for this long time. My whole family is happy about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your
And
friends too, right? Like because you
yeah,
have
my
waited
friends
for a
too.
longer.
Yes,
That's
yes, ma'am.
amazing.
Yes,
No,
and
we would love to congratulate you from the entire team of FBNPC, because as I said, people they easily give up because when the gap is too long. But I'm so happy for you that you didn't lose that hope, and then after 14 years you kind of did it. So Simi, what's your future plan? In which unit you want to work as a nurse?
and in hospital for sure, but I don't know which unit because now I'm scared because I worked as CCA. You know how CCA you don't have much responsibilities. It's just physical work you do it. But with RN, even I didn't work as LPN, so I'm just scared. But I think I'll do
Do you
good.
think your colleagues are going to be shocked when you're reaching that same unit where you worked as a CCA
Yeah,
and
oh,
now
yeah,
you
of
have
course.
that, registered nurse tag, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a different kind of feeling, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you guys. So, just in general, how was your life in Kerala and in Canada? Like, as a nurse, like, do you see any difference? I know you haven't started working here as a nurse yet, but any no differences you notice in nursing in India versus here?
Oh yeah, I worked in Delhi. It was so hard. Even like you work like 7 days, 8 days, and you get one off. Here, like the quality of life is good. Like you just work 2 days, then you get two, three off. That's actually a good thing. And even the pay wise here, it's best, I would say. Yeah,
Yes.
so that was just like for experience. I did like 1 year in a small hospital, I would say, but yeah, that was good too.
Are you guys planning to stay in Halifax only, or would you guys
I
want to
think
move?
so, mom, in Halifax, because we have a group of friends here. Like if I go to Ontario, I don't know how many people I know, especially when you don't have family around. The friends are, when
Friends
my
are the
husband,
family.
like the last month of our course in November, my husband went back home for an emergency. You know that I talked to
Yes.
you, right? I had like, it was so hard time because I couldn't quit my job and with the two kids and doing studying plus my full-time work. Oh my God, I was a lot of stress. But like my friends, they always help me to look after the kids, everything. So I think that's the biggest gift I would say. So I didn't want to leave them. So I
Yes.
think
So
I'll
your
stay
friends
here.
also deserve a big party. Hey friends,
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
guys are listening to the podcast, I am telling her
Yeah,
to
I'm
give you a big
planning.
party.
I'm planning for sure.
That is amazing. No, I'm really, really happy for you guys. And any tips you want to give to the future students who are listening to you? Any tips?
Go with FBNPC. Don't like
Oh,
rethink. You will pass for sure. I told many of my friends already here, go with a course, FBNPC or whichever you feel better. I will give 100% mark because I was with FBNPC because I didn't know what to study. I was just, even if you're GNM, I wasn't scared because I was GNM. But
Yes.
when I did with you, I knew what to study. You just teach whatever come for the exams up. Oh my God. I was in very active in that group, but I read all the questions they post, even they post like PDF materials, everything. Oh, they were a lot of helpful, mom. I have to say so.
I would just say passing NCLEX is a kind of a collective effort, right? So which we all put in together, right, to achieve that goal. Well, Simi, that's amazing. So thank you so much. And I wish you good luck in your journey as a registered nurse in Canada. And, Canada need nurses. And of course, Halifax, Nova Scotia, they are like always very short of nurses down there too, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
perfect. And I know you are an awesome mother, awesome wife, and you're going to be an awesome registered nurse too. Thank you, Simi, for joining for our podcast today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, FBNPC.
Yeah.